Hey, so when did you guys first meet, and when did you start talking about the partnership?
Basically, Mike was a big advocate for psychedelics. And so Brian was working for Philo, Brian Spears. And I said, hey, can you get me in front of Mike Tyson? Because we wanted Mike, obviously speaking about psychedelics, we wanted to get him involved in Wisana, which is another company. And then, I got to spend time with Mike, Azim, and Kiki, and we came up with the new opportunity for Tyson 2.0. And that's how it began. And then we brought in Adam Wilkes and many others after that. But that's the original story. So me and Mike technically have been working together now for over 2 years.
So let me ask you this. What are you guys doing differently in your approach to Tyson 2.0 compared to kind of the previous iteration of the company? And, what did you learn from the past?
Tell him, Chad.
So I can't really, we're not going to really comment on the past because I wasn't a part of the past. I'm only a part of the present. And so what I could say about the present is that we executed it, Mike, myself, and Adam, and a few others. We really went out to market and talked to people we wanted to partner with. And what was a big differentiation is that we partnered with Columbia Care, which allowed us to get into 18 states. We're the only brand in the history of cannabis to launch in 18 states. And it comes down to execution, right? Mike's one of the hardest working individuals I know. People, every time we do an interview, someone says, tell me why you like working with Mike. Well, I'll answer the question before you ask me, but he's a hardworking, he's a part of the process. A lot of celebrities in the space aren't. So when Mike goes to cannabis events or dispensaries, it's like an Aerosmith concert. There's lines out the door and everyone knows that Mike's authentic. And so with execution the team that we built and Mike's brand, it's become a powerhouse. I think it's safe to say that we're probably the most well-known brand in the space right now.
That's awesome. So, Mike, you're a self-ascribed recovering addict, right? So what's the difference between cannabis and psychedelics and other drugs?
Well, listen, first of all, when you talk about my establishment with whatever it is, medicine, we don't use the word drug. We don't use that word, and it's all about medicine.
I 100% agree with you. I think that's true as well. I think cannabis is great, and psychedelics, mushrooms, especially. I know you did 5-MeO-DMT, which I'm an advocate for. So yeah, I just wanted to get your take on just why those are beneficial compared to, because there's a little bit of some people don't really know the difference, but there is a big one.
A lot of stigma.
First of all, you have to see the stigma of marijuana. Marijuana means Mexican cigarette. And from the beginning of its existence in this country, it's always been attacked from a racial perspective. The entertainers, the black entertainers, the white jazz players, all these guys who they consider drug addicts were informed that by these guys being so intense to get this particular flower, it has to be a drug. Because these guys are known for being heroin addicts. And I think the reefer craze back then allowed them to avoid that. And that made it difficult for people to get arrested. Marijuana will only make you love somebody. You could be in a room with a couple of gang members that don't know each other. If you give them some liquor and some cocaine, they're going to kill each other. You give them some cannabis, they're going to start taking selfies and shit. That's going cannabis. No, I'm serious. People that killed their friends and stuff, they're smoking cannabis and taking photos.
Absolutely. And so do you think psychedelics and cannabis have helped you in your life?
Well, listen, you can ask my wife and kids 5 years ago how I was, and you can ask them now. They didn't like me 5 years ago. My family did not like me. You know what that feeling's like? Your kids not like you, saying hello or good morning in America in the morning. And by me using cannabis to stop the hardcore stuff, I have a relationship with my children and family now. My kids used to see me and leave the house. When I came home, my wife and my kids left the house, even the cleaning people.
I think it's important that you're bringing that up, Mike, because a lot of times, that stigma is out there with cannabis. I know a lot of parents that think that they're better parents. They're more attentive. They're more, present because of cannabis,
Listen, cannabis has stopped people from, they had that fit epilepsy when they start hitting their parents, their mother, don't care who it is. Cannabis calmed that down.
Yeah.
illness I'm talking about, when the kids just start, they can't take it, start hitting everybody in the house. Cannabis put that to a standstill.
I've seen that. I've seen the videos.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Mike and Chad. How do you guys come up with the ideas? Right, this is a big space. It's moving fast. You know, in the world, trends come and go in this space. How do you guys keep it fresh so that you're putting out the products that the people want?
Yeah, I think for us, you know, guys, Mike obviously being an authentic cannabis user. Myself, I founded a company called Philo. We work with pretty much every brand in the cannabis space. And then Adam Wilkes, our CEO, was the CEO of One Plant. And prior to that, Soul Global. And so for all of us, we've had a lot of experience in the space from marketing to product. And so for us, you know, we've been, you know, a lot of it's built around Mike and, you know, some of the things he's done. And like you saw Mike Bites, right? And that was Azim, his brother-in-law, Kiki, and this guy, Johnny Ryan, had that original idea around it. And, you know, we launched it. It was probably the most talked about product in space, but everywhere we go, and this is a true statement, everywhere we go, we sell out. Our product sells out. And why it sells out is because it's a premium product and it goes back to the brand, right? Mike is an authentic cannabis user, speaking about cannabis, has a podcast where he's a true critic of the space. And so for us, when they buy our product, and that's premium. And then, you know, we everything that I think in cannabis that is important is content sells, right? And so we develop really great content, really great marketing. And, you know, I think that's why we've been successful.
Chad, I wanted to tell you something, Chad.
Yep.
I have a very close. I was the best man at his wedding and stuff. He is such a close friend with Elon Musk. I'm going to talk to Elon Musk soon, and I'm going to ask him what's the possibility of Tyson 2.0 going on one of his space machines.
That's great.
That was awesome. Mike, I think we should comment. I think we should comment in this. I think you guys should talk about this in there so we can tweet at Elon, making sure he knows we want to get the weed in the space.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like to get the weed on Mars or something. See how it grows there.
Not just an interstate brand, not just an international brand, but we're talking intergalactic here. That would be cool. I just saw an article this morning that apparently during the pandemic, the NBA players were smoking weed in the bubble in Orlando where they had it. I just saw an article and they were talking about it. Are you excited, Mike, as an athlete and a champion? Are you excited to see it opening up with athletes using cannabis?
The best fight I ever had, I was on cannabis. I had a fight with this guy named Andre Galata from Poland. Uh-huh. And man, strong and tough. He gave my friend Riddick both some power because his blood was leaking out of his brain. But me and him fight, that was the best fight I had. I was on cannabis. I got fined $300,000 for that fight too, because I was on fucking cannabis. Cannabis. I was smoking cannabis right before the fight, and I fucking crushed this guy. He should have gave me money for, it wasn't an enhancer, it was a dishancer, but it was an enhancer. I couldn't feel the punches. I was so conscious.
That's great. I mean, do you think that it should be allowed in all sports?
Yes, but you have to understand this. It's a natural enhancer. It's going to get you to be able to do things you normally don't do when you're not smoking this stuff for a long period of time. It's a natural enhancer, relaxation. And I don't have to tell you about psychedelics, about that baseball player that hit a no-hitter on psychedelics.
Yeah.
He was on some psychedelics. He didn't think he was playing today. Never did that before in his life.
I heard about that. I didn't know if it was just a rumor, but that's amazing.
Can you tell us, Mike, just what, our readers would probably want to know? What, you're a busy guy. You've got your businesses. You've got your podcast. I mean, you're the champ. What's a typical day like for you?
Listen, a typical day when there's no adversity at home and everything. And even then, the whole objective is improving the company. That's the whole objective. My whole objective is not to get this. My whole objective is to build this and encourage this. And that's Tyson 2.0. Everything I do workout, everything I do, it comes down to Tyson 2.0. My whole existence is Tyson 2.0.
So do you use CBD or cannabis for recovery after training or working out as well?
I use it before training, during training, after training. It doesn't stop. It keeps coming.
Are you training a lot?
Yeah, I'm training now, matter of fact. And it's kind of wrong with them, but I'm training now. It's not eating food.
Nice. What other recovery methods do you use? Do you use like stem cells or cryotherapy?
Everything, man. You just name it, I use it. As long as it's legal, I'm going to use it.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite method of recovery?
Cannabis and resting. Put on some shaman music and just go to another planet.
If you helped inspire Ric Flair to become an advocate and an enthusiast, did you have someone that inspired you? Maybe like back in the day.
In cannabis, no, I have a hero as far as entrepreneurship and business, and that's Magic Johnson. And business and corporation, that's my hero. That's how you become the great, by following the great.
Yeah, they say you are who you surround yourself with.
That's a damn shit. That's damn true. You could be an idiot and surround yourself with intelligent people. I'm an intelligent person.
Yeah.
But you can never be an intelligent person and then come back to idiocy. They might, but that's not how it goes.
Yeah. They say if you're the smartest man in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Wrong room, right? You're in the wrong room. I'm taking the hell up. I'm going to charge right through the wall. I'm getting out of here.
So Chad and Mike, is there any big things you got planned for later this year? Maybe any big events, anything that you could tell our audience?
I think everything we assume of making this organization the biggest organization in the world, as far as concerned and health and wellness.
Yeah, and I would say in terms of big events, we launched in state after state. We're going to Michigan April 23rd for our big launch with Common Citizen out there. Next week we're in Benzinga in Miami, where we're doing a panel with Mike and Rick at the biggest cannabis conference. He's also at Hippie Hill on 420, which is a big conference, which is a big event in San Francisco. We're launching the Ric Flair Drip cannabis line, and bringing Mike Bites nationally, and you'll see tons from us. We're, like Mike said, we are becoming the largest brand, and we'll be the biggest organization. So there's going to be a lot coming down the pipe in the next 3 months.
I think the Rick really have drips in you, the IVs and stuff, right?
Okay.
With the Rick Drip brand, what's going to be included in that?
So we're launching the same kind of scenario where there's going to be flower, pre-roll, dabbing, and we're doing edibles that make you go woo, right? So Rick's it's going to be a lot of different aspects. Rick trademarked every one of his phrases. So limousine riding. I think the big thing for you guys, what we've learned about cannabis is tackling emotions and feeling. And so with Mike and Rick, a lot of our brands, it's going back to nostalgia and feeling. So, we have a bunch of different products coming out with Rick. We'll have many SKUs, and our first launch is going to be in California with them.
Sounds great. So do you think you might have a Nature Boy brand or line?
Well, the line, we're not going to do Nature Boy specifically, but the brand is the Ric Flair Drip, right? So there's going to be, that's the whole call. There's going to be a lot of different brands under that, like a limousine. We're doing a limousine riding flower. We're doing woo edibles. We're going to have many other different opportunities. There may be a Nature Boy line, but we just launched a brand a couple weeks ago, so it's a lot to come.
They're gonna have me in a limousine in Chicago, and I'm gonna be in the pool. The back's gonna be a pool, and I'm gonna be driving down Chicago, smoking my weed, my friend. You know what I mean?
Mike, that's true. So we're gonna be doing that. So you could say that in the thing in market. Mike and Rick will be coming in limousines. Rick got the sunroof. Mike will be in the hot tub.
Hey, Chad.
Yeah.
We could do it during the Bud Billiken parade. Remember that stuff in Chicago?
Yeah.
When a bunch of black kids consume Chicago from all over the world.
Yeah.
The black consume Chicago from all over. Some black motherfuckers, a bunch of black. all day.
How far back do you and Ric Flair go?
Man, listen. I remember Rick James. I think, man, I go way back with Rick James. Way when I'm Ric Flair. I mean, it's going way back. I mean, I'm a teenager. I think. I'm adolescent. I'm coming into the teenager.
Wow.
How'd you meet him?
I met him on a few occasions. And one occasion, we wrestled together, and then we got inducted to the Wrestling Hall of Fame award.
That is awesome.
He's just one of those guys like Dusty. He reminds me of Dusty Rhodes more than the other Nature Boy, because Dusty Rhodes talk mad shit and mad, insane. I don't think they're talking like that no more, but I know they all got it from him.
He is definitely one of the greatest shit talkers of all time.
If he was talking behind a black glass or something, you think he's black. The way
it's such a great matchup. I mean, Chad, what you've got right here, it's just, I want to go back to what you said about emotion, tying emotion to it. You got the champs, you've got, that emotion, that nostalgia. I mean, it's just it seems like you've got a really great team here, and you could go almost any direction with what you've got with two champions.
Yeah, no, we're not only got two champions, but we got two good businessmen that are part of the process that everyone has fun with, and I think that's the key: is building businesses about chemistry and energy. It's trading. It's trading on people's energy, and we have a really good team. And Rick and Mike make it fun for all of us. So we're in a great position. I think another thing to add on to this article too is that we will be going international. So we're talking to many different countries right now on expansion. So we will have an international expansion plan over the next 6 months.
Oh, that's huge. Mike, you consider yourself an advocate for the plant. Would you ever consider supporting, politics or legislation to get more legalization in the country? Is that anywhere on the radar for you?
Listen, not the radar. It's on the map that we're already standing on. And so, as you know, the government is allowing cannabis to be legal. Well, they're at a standpoint where they want it to be legal across the country. And if that happens, Tyson 2.0 goes to an atmosphere that's almost inconceivable.
That's amazing. You guys are really set up to be in a great spot. Well, thank you so much for your time. And we're just real excited to see what you guys do and bring your story to the cannabis audience.
Perfect, guys.